You guys can't get enough of the new Civic Type R, and neither can we. And we thought, how can we give you another cool comparo? Well, how about this EK with Civic Type R, everything inside? So this is John's brand new Civic Type R from K-Tuned. It's 100% stock, and you can see more of it in our video where we compared it to a stock-ish Integra Type R. And this is Julian's EK Hatchback. This is Julian from JRP, and obviously you have a little bit of Honda love considering the restoration you did on this thing.
Yes.
It's crazy. It's over the top clean. I don't know if in the video you'll be able to see any dirt on this car because there is none. And under the hood we've got a Civic Type R engine and tranny, is that right?
It's actually Integra Type R.
Oh, it's Integra Type R.
18.
Oh, he wanted the displacement. The 16, yeah. It's just too small. It does rev to 9K. This is USDM or JDM motor?
JDM.
JDM motor, and you found it in Montreal?
Yeah.
You may detect a slight French-Canadian accent from Julian, and he's now living in our part of the world, selling parts for JRP. So let's do a quick walk around, and maybe you can tell us about all the good stuff you got bolted on here.
Sure.
Starting maybe wheels, tires, and brakes. What's going on there?
Front we get a 4-pistons caliper, obviously from
Willwoods, yep.
I want to keep like 4 bolts because it's easier to find like 15 by 8, 15
yeah.
by 7 wheels. So
yeah.
Those are T37 SL, Super Lap, a limited edition championship white.
15 by 8, yeah.
With AD08R from Newcob.
Yeah.
Pretty
One of
sticky.
our favorites. Yeah, it's a good sticky tire.
Fun.
And it's got Type R front lip, Type R spoiler.
Yeah, headlight, interior, front grille.
Full Type R interior.
Yeah, carpet, floor mats, seats, back seat, cluster, like radio delete, you know, that
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And HSD coilovers.
Yeah, HSD coilovers.
And I think that probably covers most of it, eh? Intake, header, exhaust?
Just intake from Jay's Racing,
okay.
And Fuji Turbo catback.
Oh, I love the Fuji Turbo. Those sound so good.
Yeah, and a couple, like, you know, couple bushings, fabrical stuff.
Okay. Sparco steering wheel. It's going to give it a better, it's going to give the new Type R a better fight than that stock Integra Type R did. All right, boys, let's start this off with a quick rip in the new Civic Type R. Always a pleasure to drive one of these. This is my my third crack at this car on the racetrack. My best lap so far is a 122.3. It's gotten a little bit warmer today, so I doubt we're going to beat that, but anyway, it's just a good refresher in my mind before I go and drive the EK, so that I have a sense of the differences between the two cars and can share that with you guys. Man, the biggest highlight in this car are the brakes. The brakes are just phenomenal. There's a little bit of... I love the shift light that blinks on the dash too when you get close to the rev limit. Down in a second here. Man, this car is so neutral too. For a front drive car, it has such good composure in the corners. Very little understeer, even in that corner, which is notorious for understeer. It just likes to party. And the power is so addictive. Using all of the track there, boys. Got a little goofy with my downshifts there, but it is just fighting for traction. Man, this thing hauls ass. It's just super fast. All right, back on the front straight. Into 4th gear. And we got us a 22.2. All right. That's a new PB for the DP in the Civic Type R. 22.2. I'll take it. And man, gotta thank John from K-Tune for letting us rip on his brand new Type R. It's just such an impressive machine. It still does feel very much like a Type R in the way that it rotates in the corners, in the way that the front grip really inspires confidence, in the way the steering is very quick and immediate. It's got a lot of the good DNA in here, folks. So if you're a skeptic, I would encourage you to go and try one. I think you'll fall in love, because honestly, when I saw the styling of the car, I really wasn't that keen on it. But now that I've driven it a few times, I can tell you I am 100% sold. I'm a fanboy again. And I would not think twice about buying one of these because they are really very special. I heard that ticket. Oh man, this car feels quick. It's so light. This thing only weighs like 2260, I think Julian was saying. So it's feels so much lighter than the Integra did. So the brakes hold out for one more lap. The brake pedal's a little bit long, but it seems to be hanging in pretty good. It's just such a raw machine, man. What a difference a good set of tires and coilovers make versus the stock stuff that was on the Integra. Yeah, brake pedal's getting long, boys. I think she'll hang in there, though. Oh, brake's getting real long. Need to soften up the front suspension a bit, too. A little bit bouncy, but... are hanging in. Just the pedal travel is getting longer, but it's definitely hanging in there. Alright, that'll be a hot-ish lap. See what we get. 124.6. Not bad. Not bad. So we're almost 2.5 seconds behind the new Civic Type R, which I think is actually pretty darn respectable for given what this is. B-Series, 5-speed. You know, we're giving up 160 wheel horsepower to that thing. So, and it does have a lot more contact patch. I mean, we're on a 205. It's on a 245. It's got all the technology in the world. This thing stuck with DP as its main computer behind the wheel. So all in all, pretty good scrap. Very happy with how much fun this car is to drive. And there's definitely some things we could do to improve it. We could use a more aggressive front brake pad so we're not getting that fade issue. And I would go to a larger steering wheel personally, just so I have a bit more leverage. And I would soften up the dampers. I think this track is a little bit on the bumpy side, so it really likes a soft setup. So if we were to take some clicks out of these HSDs right now, we could probably go a little bit faster, but that's not the point. The point is the joy of driving a 90s EK Hatch with Type R goodness in it is very difficult to beat, even today. Yes, the new Civic Type R beats it on lap times, but this thing is very involving to drive, and that's, you know, from a driving enthusiast standpoint, there is a purity and a simplicity that's very appealing to this car for a guy like me. Man, that thing was really different than I expected. It's nothing like the Integra Type R, I guess because it's modified a fair bit, but it feels so much lighter. I think Julian said it only weighs like 2261 or something, so a lot lighter than obviously the new Civic Type R, and even quite a bit lighter than the Integra Type R, and it really feels light and nimble out there. I think it's a shorter wheelbase than the Integra too, so it felt like really active in the corners. And with the small steering wheel and that quick Type R rack, there was like a lot of steering going on in there, so it's a very involving car to drive. In the new Type R, it's like everything is so controlled, so smooth. It's like you're just making small steering adjustments, where with this, it's kind of like more of a wrestling match. You're really engaged with the car in a more physical way, which I find really enjoyable. But it's definitely a completely different driving experience than the new Type R.
So which one would you choose if you had to pick one?
Man, it's hard to pick. I mean, look how clean this car is, Pete. It is like, it's a show car that you can rip at the racetrack. And, you know, at a 22.6 versus, or sorry, 24.6 versus a 22.2, it's a lot closer on lap times to the new car than the Type R was, or the Integra Type R was. So, you know, the lap time argument isn't as strong as it was with that with the other Comparo. So this is getting closer, man. And it does give you all that good nostalgic feel of the old school stuff, but man, the practice, you got 4 doors, you got a huge hatch, you know, like John takes his family to grocery shopping and that. So if you need one car to do it all, you can't beat a new Type R. But if you want a lap car that gives you like that old time nostalgic Honda feel, I think this is a really fun way to do it. And I'm a hatchback guy, Pete. I love a nice little compact package, 2,200 pounds. I mean, it's hard.
I know, you
it's
can't
hard
go
to say
wrong
no
with
to
that.
It's hard. You know, maybe I should shed some pounds myself, I guess, but this is a good way to do it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching another Comparo with the Civic Type R. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to jump over onto our e-store and see all the hard parts we're selling now, along with our swag. You can even get your K-Tune parts if you're building yourself a Honda. Maybe you should build something like this, Pete. I think that's a good life choice, don't you?
I think so too.
My lap was spoiled by a Civic Si HFP. Oh well, at least he bought a cool version of the 9th gen. I'll give him points for that.